This is The Strawman Burneth. I wrote some months ago and paid for it to be distributed into 60,000 bookstores and outlets around the world. This one is Amazon.ca, but it's saying currently unavailable. We don't know when or if this item will be back in stock. If you go to lulu.com, you'll find, if you punch my name in, Brian Leonard Golightly Marshall, I've got 15 books in there, and you should be able to buy it online. Now this is Saturn when the Cassini probe went past it on the 15th of September in 2006, and it was lined up with the Sun, so you can clearly see the rings of Saturn. This is Jupiter. It also has rings, it's been proven now, and it is crushed debris similar to what we have around the galaxy. So that blue line is now what scientists are saying is around the galaxy itself. It's made up of crushed galaxies and planets. There's little information. January 6, 2003, 2 teams of astronomers. So they're saying they're moving in a ring. In other words, they're magnetically bound together. It's not a cloud. Where the Sun is, there is in the Orion arm of the galaxy. This is another reference to 2 Yale astronomers in 2001. Now at 11:11 on the 21st of December 2012, this is where we'll be right into the midst of crossing into the Milky Way galaxy, northern hemisphere, and we will have encountered a great deal of this debris, and this is why it's in the Mayan calendar, by the way. It's going to be the end of the demons upon the Earth. Now the galaxy itself, as we're going through it, it's angled at about 60 degrees to the Earth's axis. So what they're saying is that the former planets, the galaxies, make up all this debris. Now this means that there's been 6 cycles of destroyed civilizations on the Earth. You look around anywhere on Earth, you find them, and suddenly they've just vanished, and this is because of this phenomena. So I'm just about fed up with humankind. Those who have made it into heaven are getting sick and tired of waiting for paradise to be on the Earth, because every time we give man a go with free will, he goes mad and turns to evil. So that's what all these asteroids are going to do to the Earth. It's going to bombard the northern hemisphere and leave the southern hemisphere unscathed, where the meek will inherit the Earth. So the tilt is looking something like that. So we're now going to have a look at how these are impacting on the Earth in 3-hour intervals, starting at December the 21st at 11:11, 2012. And this is what's going to happen. Now as we pass through the debris, the northern hemisphere will be pulling the asteroids towards the North Pole, and therefore destroying the northern nations. As mentioned before, we've got 6,000 year cycles. We're at the end of the 6 times 6, 36,000 year cycle, and that is the number of stones that make up the internal structure of the Great Pyramid, 36 masonry layers, 1114 pyramid inches high. And that gives us the date of January the 11th, 2013, my 69th birthday. So on the left there we've got GMT 1111, and you notice that in World War I was finished on the 11th day of the 11th month, the 11th minute of the 11th hour. So they already know this kind of stuff. That's why the demons do it. Now at 1411, which is 3 hours later, you see how Rio is on the white line there on the right hand side or the centre of the screen, and it is going to be destroyed. So as it rotates around, Africa comes into view. So there it is again, with Rio right in the very centre. And this is why. To the left, where Jesus' statue here is pointing towards Rio, it's finished, left hand. To the right hand, the number is 1188 in Greek, and 1188 is the centre of the Bible, Psalms 118:8. So it's pointing towards New Guinea with its eyes. So many of you now know the parable of the vineyard and how Yahweh sent his son and the prophets and was killed, and finally he's coming himself to fix the earth up, and that's what I'm doing. This is 1711, December the 21st, 2012. The impacts continue around the world. Now it's over the sea, but that means on the other side of the earth they're still being impacted. Here's Australia down below. It's relatively safe for most of the time. This is the view of the Earth from the Sun on December the 18th, 1922 at 12:22 p.m. That's the start of Lunation Zero, which incidentally was 25 years after the marriage of my grandmother and grandfather. Now we're going to have a look at the those of you that have the mark of God in your hand, the palm of your hand. You see that Revelation 7:9, the number 7:9 is sister. So all souls, all human souls are female. This is Lily. She's the Princess of Morocco. There's my hand. Up close, you see the cross in the middle and the M. Down below here, that's an A. You find most of the letters there of Marshall, you can find easily. So it's the chromosomes that identify the line of David. This is the mark of the beast of the Lord on the outside of the hand of the Lord of the Freemasons, the devil. And on the inside is a mark of the Lord in the palm. So the palm word is 5404. My sister is 5.404 years older than I, and her name is June Maria Ann. June is the year or the month I was born, June 17th 2 BC. Maria is the mother, Ann is her mother.